Hi, this is Greg with Best Choice Trailers. Today we're going to take a walk around a Trac Landscape Pro. This one here is what we'd refer to as a Brickman Spec trailer. It's been a few years since we've been able to snag a video of one of these before they go out the door, as most of them are custom built, although occasionally seasonally we'll have one in stock. So this one here, just wanted to take you for a walk. If you look on our YouTube page, we've got one from about 3-4 years ago. Specs have changed a little bit. There are different variations of these. Different customers like them different ways. So let's take a walk around this, show you all the features on this particular unit. So again, this isn't a standard build spec per se. Again, these all vary pretty much by customer, but a lot of the main features are going to be similar. So first of all, it is a round top. It's based on the Landscape Pro platform. One of the things the Landscape Pro, you get the extra marker lights up front. This unit's got the extended tongue. This is a plus 12-inch tongue. If you go any longer than this, there's an extra reinforcement built in, so you can tell plus 12 be the longest without another cross beam. This has the adjustable coupler. You'll notice this is a cast adjustable coupler. It's a 6-hole. It's got your reinforcement. 7K drop leg jack. It's a bolt-on jack assembly that if you ever were to damage it, you can easily replace it. Being that it is a drop leg, it's got a zert on it. And you also don't need to carry around the wood block. This one here's got an inner extension leg and then the outer sleeve that you would adjust via the top line handle. Now Trac uses a heavy duty 3/8 chain on that. That's more of an equipment grade chain. It's one of the many features that they throw on this that make it a commercial spec trailer. They also do a blast on their steel prior to powder. A couple other features you see on this, you've got your cone holder and also your cooler holder. On the other side of the tongue, it's got a wet cell battery tied to a solar pulse, and that's tied to a solar panel that's going to be on the roof to keep your wet cell battery on this charged. This is a sealed wiring harness, 7-pin blade, as you would find on most all trucks nowadays. It's got an integrated holder. Notice it is a 2-prong connector. It doesn't get current just from one side, but there's 2 sides to the prong there. Your wiring's all concealed and ran in frame. Now on Trac, there's a couple things that we like underneath these that are a little bit different. Before I get there, I guess I'll show you the trim as well. It's a 3-inch bottom trim. Notice the trim is self-tapping lags. These aren't the little trim screws that you see on the exterior. Notice they do take the time to miter it. Underneath on these, the wiring, they all gel fill, and then all the wiring's ran to a junction box. You also notice on this triple tube tongue, they gusset plated out, and then this here is all a tubular header. A lot of manufacturers in the industry will use a form cross member for their header. This is actually a structural tube header with multiple gussets tying that all together. You also notice that the D-rings they use, that's a stake pocket style underbody support. So it's 3-sided, it's not just a piece of flat strap. Okay. 2-foot front stone guard on these is standard. Notice it's got the finished corners. It's got the one-piece 080 aluminum extruded cove going down. A lot of little details on that corner there. They put a metal backer behind it with the 2 lags for that trim piece. I've seen some cheaper manufacturers over the years where that trim sticks out because it loses its backer, because normally it's just a little piece of plywood backer, if anything. These come with or without a side door. Sometimes guys will elect without a side door for extra security. This one does have the side door, and then it's got not only a regular RV style lock, which is metal, not plastic, but this one elected to have the optional bar lock along with the heavy duty security hasp. And this is the RV style door, a little bit nicer than the strap hinge style. A couple other little details. They put the protector there to keep from dinging up your door if it swings back, and then also put the aluminum door hold back on it, not plastic. Now, it's important on these Landscape Pros or Brickman trailers that it's got sufficient clearance. To add the extra clearance on these is a lot less costly than gouging out somebody's driveway at the back. Bogey wheels work to a degree, but having a frame lift is what a lot of the commercial guys are going to go with. This one here, I believe, has got a 4-inch frame lift. This unit's also got 5,200 pound axles. On the Landscape Pros, it would be a torsion axle. These also have an upgraded 14 ply tire. So this actually would be a 5,200 pound axle, which would normally call for a load range D, 8 ply, 225/15. This was double upsized, so it went past the traditional 10 ply 16 inch, which would be in a 14K. And then this is actually a 235 16 G range 14 ply tire, which would normally be on an 8,000 pound axle. So essentially on this 10K trailer, you've got 16,000 pound of rubber. Now we do that because on these, if you're already a landscaper, and if you're looking at this trailer, you probably are, you will know that generally your rubber does not last long. Now that's because of a few things. One, you're working most whenever it's hot outside. You're turning in tight spaces. So a combination of all those, along maybe with an employee that doesn't know how to use a brake controller, among other factors, generally your tires don't last but maybe a full season. So putting the 14 ply rubber on just keeps for less downtime in your busy season when you're making money. It just keeps you on the road more often. Back ramp door on a Brickman is a custom aluminum door. The door is made from aluminum tube, among other extrusions and whatnot. On this door, a couple things. One, you've got your bogey wheels or roller wheels that will allow you to pull forward. It's also got a vinyl wear bar. That would be your black bar you see up top. That's a wear bar. And then this also has the bar locks on the rear. You'll notice they've got the security hasp that somebody can't come along, and they're gonna have to at least work a little bit if they want to break into your trailer. Got dual aluminum handles instead of just one, and then you'll notice this has the heavy duty hasp over the bar lock. Now this is a complete cableless ramp door. The ramp here is completely cableless. This would be kind of similar to the door that they would put on the toy hauler of an RV. If you look though, normally a toy hauler is only going to have about 3 springs versus this one's got 6. So because this is a heavy duty commercial grade door, it's got extra stringers in it, which give it some extra weight. Let's go ahead and open the door up and show you the goodies inside. Even with that being an aluminum door, there's still some weight to that. It's something you can fairly easily do. I just did it there with one hand. But again, it's a rugged door. It's got the expanded aluminum mesh on the surface. Behind that expanded mesh is an aluminum, extruded aluminum, kind of like a bleacher board. And then behind that is going to be your tube steel. That would be your structure. Okay, inside on this, we've upgraded to the 2x6 treated plank flooring, similar to an open trailer. If you've had a landscape trailer, you know that the floors on those will wear out. 3/4 ply does not take well to commercial use and abuse. Because of the frame lift, this has a lower fender box. Normal fender box is going to be about 11 inches, give or take. These here are going to be about 5. We've placed tie downs in this for 2 mowers. I did fail to mention at the beginning, this is an 8.5 by 20, which is our most common size on these. This unit comes equipped with trimmer racks. It's got your bucket at the rear along with a 3-way light switch. Spare tire. Generally we leave these loose until the customer states a preference of where they want them. Not sure if this one has a mount or not, but if not, we do keep mounts in stock. We can mount it pretty much about anywhere in the trailer. A lot of guys will place it at the back top, as that seems to be about the most out of the way. This one's got the first aid kit standard to keep you legal. Not only will the floor breathe, but these also have the upgraded aluminum sail and vents. These are closable. You can simply open and close them. They are directional. This has the kick plate at the bottom, as is standard on the Landscape Pros. And then I believe this unit's also got an upgraded 3/4 plywood wall instead of the traditional 3/8. So inside the side door there, you'll notice a side door step well. Of course, your paddle lock will lock from the inside or outside. And then this is for that heavy duty hasp. Of course, they build it a little bit heavier all the way around to give that extra security. Up front, we've got an overhead cabinet. We've got a front shelf. A few other goodies up front, your trimmer brackets and your post sets and backpack blower holders, etc. This unit also, and I'll swing around outside to show you more of this, but it has an integrated fuel tank. I believe the standard spec on this is around 60 gallons, which I believe is about the most you're allowed to legally haul without a fuel hauler's permit. So again, that fuel tank on board up front. Floor on these is upgraded to a 12-inch on center underneath the plank flooring. Roof on these is a one-piece aluminum. It's got two roof vents standard. So it's a one-piece roof. Again, aluminum, which is going to keep it a little bit cooler. Below that one-piece roof is a thermocool material. That's got a thin piece of foil-type insulation that also helps keep this trailer a little cooler. So again, an aluminum roof is going to be a little cooler than a Galvalume steel roof would. And then that liner also helps keep it cool. You've got a pair of vents, and then you've also got your sidewall vents for cross ventilation, in addition to the treated plank flooring, which we prefer for its breathability and durability. This unit's got two dome lights in its standard. They use the bullet LED lights all the way around on this, and then the high output LED stop turn tails. When you go to that torsion hinge system, it's also got a stronger bumper. They're actually bolted through the bumper for strength. This unit is a screwless exterior. It's an 030 aluminum. Makes the trailer a nice billboard to put your vinyl wrap and whatnot on. Screwless will also keep it from warping and whatnot like the screwed trailers will. And then this has got the thicker 030 metal. This is your fuel door for the tank. Got your pump and your fill. This unit's going to weigh in right around 4,000 pounds. This is a 10,000 pound trailer. It's going to have about 6,000 pound of net legal payload. That does not count your tongue weight. Tongue weight generally is going to be about 15%. Or on this, about 1,500 pounds, putting you just over 7,000 pounds. This does come in different sizes. 20 foot would be most common. Also 18, 20, 22, and sometimes 24s in these models. We stock it in the standard Landscape Pro, and then from there, all kinds of things we can do with them, including this, which again we'll call the Brickman Spec, is a pretty common spec for the guy that really has a fleet of trailers and wants to keep them long term. Traditional and something like this would be about a 10-year life expectancy is what we're hearing from the guys with them and what we're seeing. So, if you have any questions on these, feel free to give us a ring at 717-220-4220, or you can visit us on the web at bestchoicetrailers.com.